Hey, Algebra, there was a request that I do, or that I have a key for the practice problems, which is great. Um, Please also look at the previous image that I posted that says skip these problems. Those are all geometric sequence problems. You remember anything with multiplication is geometric, and we're not having to go over that right now. So, um, we're going to be skipping about half of day two worksheet. It's called Recursive Formulas Practice. So let's go over the ones that we don't have to skip. Number one. Number one says a sub n is equal to a sub n minus 1 plus 6. It says a sub 1 is equal to negative 6, and it wants the first five terms. So all we are doing, if we want a sub 2, right? If we want a sub 2, we do a sub 2 minus 1 plus 6. Well, what is 2 minus 1? That would be a sub 2 is equal to a sub 1 plus 6, right? So we drop in a sub 1, and then we add 6 to it. So a sub 2 is equal to negative 6 plus 6, or 0. Okay, so the first term is going to be negative 6. The second term is going to be 0. And we're going to continue adding 6 to this stuff, right? So if I wanted a sub 3, going back to this equation up top, we're going to go back up to here. A sub 3 is equal to a sub 2, is a sub 3 minus 1 plus 6. Well, what's a sub 3 minus 1? A sub 3 is equal to a sub 2 plus 6. Okay? A sub 2 was 0, so a sub 3 is equal to 0 plus 6, or 6. Do you see how this is working? Now, with a sub 4, I go back up to this problem. A sub 4 is equal to a sub 4 minus 1 plus 6. What is a sub 4 minus 1? A sub 4 is equal to a sub 3 plus 6. What was a sub 3? It was 6. So a sub 4 is equal to 6 plus 6, or 12. 12. Now, whenever you look at this list, you can probably go ahead and guess what the next one is, which is going to be 18, right? If you want to check your work, fantastic. Let's do it. A sub 5 is going to be equal to, once again, we go all the way back up to the top equation, a sub 5 minus 1 plus 6. A sub 5 is equal to a sub 5 minus 1, which is 4, plus 6. A sub 4 was 12. So a sub 5 is equal to 12 plus 6, which is 18. Okay? Do you see how that works? You don't have to do all these equations. You can realize that that is the common difference, and you can continue to add it to the first term and then find the second term. Add that to the second term to find the third term. Add that over and over and over again. I'm just showing you how it would work out if you wrote all the equations down. All right. So let's skip number 2. Why are we skipping number 2? Because it says negative 2 times a sub n minus, that whole multiplication thing. Skip it. That is geometric. Okay. We're also going to skip 3. Why are we skipping 3? Because it says 1/3 times a sub n minus 1. Okay. We're skipping it. That's geometric. Number 4, we're skipping number 4 because it says 2 times a sub n minus 1. We're skipping that one too. Okay. That's all geometric. All right. Number 5. Number 5 is not geometric. So, number 5. Number 5 said a sequence is defined recursively. That's all it's saying, is that it's a recursive sequence, as a sub n is equal to a sub n minus 1 minus 5. You remember this is our common difference. So d is equal to negative 5. And then it says a sub 1 is equal to 25. What is a sub 22? Great. So we need to write an equation for a sub 22. If you remember the first lesson, our arithmetic sequence formula is a sub n is equal to a sub 1 plus n minus 1 times d. So We looked at a recursive formula to find D. We're given a sub 1, which you will always be given a sub 1. And now we have to find a sub 22. So let's write an equation for a sub 22. A sub 22, see how we're replacing the n with a 22, is equal to a sub 1, which is 25, because it says so right here in the assignment, plus, what was our n again? N was 22, so I'm going to put in a 22 right here. And our d was on the back of that recursive formula. It's added or subtracted to the back. That is our d. That's where we found it, right there. So, minus 5 here. We're going to plug that into our calculator. And we're going to do 25 plus, parentheses, 22 minus 1 times negative 5. And we're going to get negative 80. So we're going to write a sub 22 equals negative 80. And that would be our answer. Number 6, we're skipping. Why are we skipping number 6? Because it says negative 1/2 times a sub n minus 1. Number 7, we're not going to skip. Number 7, we're not going to skip it because there's nothing multiplied by a sub n minus 1. We're just adding 1/3 each time. Okay. So it says it's defined recursively, which means that's the recursive function. Great. It says the recursive function is a sub n is equal to a sub n minus 1 plus 1/3. So that defines our d. That is our common difference. It's going to grow by 1/3 each time. So d is equal to 1/3. A sub 1, it says, is 1. And it wants to know what is a sub 11. Great. So we're going to write an equation. And if you remember from the first lesson, our equation was a sub n is equal to a sub 1 plus n minus 1 times d. Let's fill in all these blanks, or all these variables. We're looking for a sub 11. So a sub 11 is equal to a sub 1, which is a sub 1 as a whole equals 1. You remember that n is just the number term it is. So it's the first term, second term, third term, fourth term, fifth term, or 11th term. All right? Plus, we're looking for the 11th term. We subtract 1 because we already included the first term, times 1/3. All right? So we're going to plug that into our calculator, and we're going to get 1 plus 11 minus 1 times, I write fractions differently than you because I'm old. Let's see, what was it? Yeah, all right. 1/3 that. And we get 13/3 is equal to 13/3. Simple. So a sub 11 is equal to 13/3. Why didn't I turn this into a decimal? Well, let's go ahead and turn it into a decimal and find out why. 13 divided by 3. It's a crazy decimal. We don't want that. Okay? And number 8, you skip because it says 2/3 times a. So really, you only had to do 3 problems for day 2 worksheet, recursive formulas practice. All right? I hope that explains everything. Let me know if you need anything else.